Hello everybody, welcome back to another video featuring my puppy. So I already did a video on Trevino. So real quick, if you don't know who she is a mom who is about 36, I think, who is doing her best to be TikTok famous. She claims that she doesn't have a job, but the whole reason she's been getting canceled on TikTok is for like treating her daughters horribly and treating other people horribly, you know, just overall not being a good person. Last time we went over how she did bad things with a 19-year-old, even though she's, you know, 36 estimated, how her daughters don't have beds to sleep in, yet she'll do things like buy herself Louis Vuitton chocolates. Also rumored that she lives with bed bugs. Her and her kids, I guess, just her house has bed bugs. Ooh. So yeah, just overall not great parenting. So now recently, a lot of people were impressed to see that she was on a podcast with Camilla. Camilla is also very famous. I'm pretty sure she does OnlyFans, but she's really famous on TikTok, especially for the videos that like concern her brother. I remember there was a TikTok a while ago about her brother talking about how he was bullied because his sister does OnlyFans. But then she would retaliate by saying, well, my OnlyFans money gave you a car and I don't know, something about school. I don't remember the whole thing, but she's famous because of, you know, the TikTok drama and people not liking her and her OnlyFans. I am shocked to say I have never ever supported OnlyFans. I just think that the world needs less of that material, but in this situation, I would have to stick up for Camilla. One issue is a lot bigger than the other. So Trevino was invited to a podcast with Camilla. From what I believe, the podcast took place in somewhere called the Bop House. Yes, we've fallen that far. It was Trevino and her daughters. Well, Camilla was interviewing them, and Camilla asked all of the questions that we've been wondering. How much money she makes on TikTok, why her kids don't have a bed due to that money, why she exploits her kids for views, and I can't even tell you, it was absolutely outrageous. Especially a moment that came up. Trevino was on live while her daughter was in the hospital, and she was saying, send a galaxy if you want to know what's wrong with my kid.
Do you think that maybe sometimes she can exploit situations to get views?
I'm gonna be real, yeah.
Because that's the game. But that's your kid.
No, not with them.
She just said yes.
I don't do it with them.
But have you done that in the past? Have you taken a situation and used it for views regarding the kids? Would you feel like maybe she has done that ever?
Yeah, but not me, my sister. You've taken her when she was sick and you were begging for money.
When?
You said send the galaxy to know about my baby girl's health when I was in the hospital.
Oh, that's because, yeah.
Who does that? During the entire podcast, her kids looked very uncomfortable. They looked like they didn't want to be speaking against their mother, probably out of fear, but they did, which I'm proud of them. Trevino seemed okay answering the questions, but what a lot of people noticed was that she was laughing through the entire thing, especially through dire moments where Camilla would bring up her kids having no bed or nowhere to sleep.
When was it like, wow, there's a lot of money in this, and what's the most you've ever made on TikTok Live?
So the most I've ever made on TikTok Live was $12,000.
In one sitting?
Yes.
In one live?
Yes.
How many hours?
Like 2.5.
You made 12 grand in 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
That Louis bagging fake, y'all. And her kids still don't have a bed. So what's that funny? Nothing's that funny when your kids don't have a damn bed. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, well, that's why they're enjoying the hotel bed. I'm just kidding.
That I paid for?
I'm just kidding. You want to know how it smells? Ask Max. He knows it smell well. I'm just kidding. He's actually...
You're married right now.
I am married.
You're currently married.
I'm currently married. I've been married since 2022.
You're currently married and you're planning a wedding right now with another man.
But the wedding's not going to happen tomorrow.
She would just laugh at it all. It's not funny. Now, the real tea you thought would happen during the podcast, but so much went down even after the podcast. For those of you who don't know, there was a time in the podcast where Camilla said she was going to personally buy her daughter's beds because she felt that bad. She said she was going to either send the money or send the beds, but she said that she was going to provide beds for Trevino's daughters because, you know, Ash wouldn't do it herself. Well, eventually, Ash goes on live talking about how, well, she regretted a lot of the podcast. She said that she was kind of angry at Camilla. It seemed like she was very upset that she looked even worse to the internet.
If I would have known that that podcast would have been the way it was, I wouldn't have done it. 100%. Wouldn't have done it. I would have protected the kids more on that part. I would have protected myself. But it is what it is.
But then she goes on to complain about how Camilla still hasn't sent the money for the beds. Last time I checked, Camilla wasn't the parent of those 2 girls. She did not owe you money or owe you beds. It does not end there because Camilla also posted a video after the podcast saying that Ash Trevino spent a ton of extra money on Camilla's card.
She said that she regrets doing it. What did you think I was gonna ask you about? You think I'm gonna sit there and be like, let's just be besties? Like no, girl. Like, she said, she was like, oh, like, if I knew the podcast was gonna be yada yada yada, I would have asked her for payment. I paid for first class tickets. I paid for her to stay at the Ritz-Carlton, and not to mention, she messaged me and was like, hey, do you mind if I extend my flight to stay longer? No, I don't mind, because I could extend the flight for free, right? She extended the flight to wherever, I don't know when the hell she stayed till, and then automatically calls the front desk to the Ritz-Carlton and just books an extra night, books an extra 2 nights. I don't even know how many nights she stayed, and then texts me to pay for it. Babe, you literally sat on my podcast talking about you have some budget, your kids don't have beds, and you were asking me to pay for an extra night. What happened to budget? What happened to you having security? What happened to all that? Are you actually gonna get her kids' beds? Yeah. Yes, I literally am. Like, just
explain that you're not just gonna send money for.
Yeah, okay.
She's
I'm
gonna
not
spend it on other
bro,
shit. So
why would I send
buy the beds directly?
Exactly. I'm not gonna send her money, because if I send her money, she's just gonna go get her nails done and these goofy ass extensions done. So I'm going to buy it and have it shipped to her house. So she has no excuse.
Anyways, guys, there was so much tea spilled in this podcast. It was absolutely insane. I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, but I'm honestly like struggling a lot to do everything in life and then get out videos. But you know what? I'm doing my best for y'all. All right, I'll see you guys later. Next time you see me, my hair will probably be a different color. So cheers. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can feed my 18 kids, and I will see you guys later.